Hey guys, what's up? Now that we got my attempt at humor out of the way, we will get down to business. As you may or may not know, I got a package from Seekinghiddengems earlier today, and I did a preview video on what I got, and I looked through the stuff, and now I'm going to show you what I got. So, without further ado, I will show you. Well, first, he gave me these stack of Lions, Detroit Lions, Benny Blades, Dan Owens, Robert Clark, and this one's really cool. This Billy Sims, 1983. Tracy Scroggins. I don't have many old football cards. I have some, but not a ton. I didn't start collecting football till 89, I believe. And then those of you who know about football know that the score set was insanely popular. That had Barry Sanders rookie, Deion Sanders rookie, Thurman Thomas rookie, Michael Irvin rookie, Troy Aikman rookie. So yeah, a lot of rookies. Now he was awesome for us. Chris Spielman, great player. I think this is Herman Moore maybe? Oh no, Robert Clark again. Lomas Brown, he was a good tackle for us. Wonder if this is another Lomas Brown. No, because that's a different person. Oh, Jerry Ball. He's a good nose tackle for us. Decent, very decent. So that's it for the football. He also sent me these big hockey cards. And it seems to me that these are all Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm not going to open these. They're in a bag. But you guys can imagine what's in there. And probably just more of those Pittsburgh Penguins. Then he sent me some Tigers. Which again, is my home team. So I'm not from Detroit. I am from a little city outside of Detroit called Westland. It is about 15 minutes from the edge of Detroit, from the border. So not that far away at all. So if I want to go to a hockey game, a baseball game, a football game, a basketball game, they're all within 20 minutes of me. So that's kind of neat. The Pistons used to be in Auburn Hills, which that's about 45 minutes from me. But they got a new stadium, which actually the Red Wings and the Pistons use, and it's in Detroit. So now we got all our 4 teams in Detroit, which that makes sense because if they're Detroit teams, you would think that they would be in Detroit. But, that's how it goes. Chet Lemon, Doyle Alexander. Now this is who we got in the trade that sent John Smoltz from, because yes, John Smoltz was in our farm system, and we traded Doyle Alexander for him. Now obviously long term, that would have been good to keep him, but when we traded for him in '87, I don't know if you guys can see, he went 9-0 for us with a 1.53 ERA and helped us get into the playoffs. So for that 1 year, it was worth getting him. But after that, obviously the Braves got the better end of the deal. So, but hey, I'm not bitter. I'm glad he probably wouldn't have had the same career if he was here in Detroit. You know, that's what I figure. I figure he went to the Braves for a reason. And he did good with them. Helped them win a World Series. Helped them get to a bunch of playoff games. And so it worked out. Here's some hockey cards that he gave me. Let me go back to that other one. This card always made me laugh as a kid. Darren Poopa. Yeah, you guys can imagine why. Look at that hair. Oh my gosh. That's like a helmet. That's not hair. Odd hairstyles these people had back in the day. But so did I. But I never had a mullet. Although I did have a mohawk in high school and junior high. I was basically a skater kid. I'd go everywhere with my skateboard. And there's a couple skate parks here in the city that I used to live in. And I'd be there all the time if I wasn't playing another sport. I was always outside. One of those kids that would always be at the baseball field or the basketball court or the field, the football field, or the track, or the tennis courts. I dabbled a little in tennis. Never was very good, but it was fun. And also, I bowled in high school. I still bowl now, but I bowled for a league then. I was decent. Not great, not horrible, but decent. But, yep, those were the days. High school, junior high school. They were fun. Had a good time. Played some sports. I played a little bit of baseball. Like a year. But I wasn't good enough for that. But I played football all 4 years in school and in junior high. So 6 years total. And I ran track. I was actually the second fastest kid in the city of my age group. Oh, Bob Probert, man, he was a nut job, but you loved having him on your team because he would. Nobody would try to fight us with him because he would beat down anybody just about that went against us. But he was into drugs real bad, and it killed him. He died of an enlarged heart, I believe. I know it was something to do with his heart, which, I mean, you do cocaine for long enough, or any drug, it's going to have an effect on you. And I don't think he did just a little. I think he did a lot. which obviously makes it worse. Yeah, he just gave me tons of cards, guys. Like, I'm probably not going to even get to all of them in this video. Very generous. Some of these I have, but a lot of them I don't. My personal collection, you know. I used to collect all 4 sports. I still do, but I don't actively go out and buy packs of hockey, basketball, or football. But I still collect them, and I buy singles, and I'll buy an occasional Fairfield box or something. But like the new packs or whatever, I won't buy. Only because that there's too much baseball that I can't get, you know? There's just too many products out there. You want to get everything. And then, you know, all these insert sets and variations, and, you know, it's impossible. Even if you're like the richest man that has all the time in the world, it'd be almost impossible to collect everything. There's just too much. You need a whole warehouse just to store it all. And not a little warehouse, a huge warehouse. Lindros. He was supposed to be better than Gretzky. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was a good player, but when he came out, he was like the end-all, be-all. And he had some concussions, and like I said, he played good. He was an upper-tier player, but he wasn't Gretzky. But he was really good. His minor league stats were astronomical, off the charts. So I can see why they thought he was gonna be better than Gretzky, or Howe. You know, some people consider Howe better. Some people consider Gretzky better. Probably depends on who you talk to and how the age of the person. But me personally, it's hard to say because I never saw Gordie Howe play in person. I seen him play in those old videos, but until I see him in a game, it's hard to say. But he's definitely the best of his time period. And it's hard to say, the game's changed so much. You know? But yeah, he was a great player for us. Red Wings have had a lot of good players, especially in the 90s there, or in early 2000s when we were getting all those free agents before they had the salary cap. There's his son, Mark. It's cool because in 1980, when Mark was playing, Gordie played with him for a little while. I can't remember how long. I don't know if it was just a game or a couple games or what. I'd have to go back and look it up. But Mark Recchi, he was a good player. Brenda Moore. Now this card's really cool. Brett Hull and Eric Lindros and Wayne Gretzky. Really cool, really good players. And speaking of Brett Hull played for us for a while after he left the Blues. Mike Sillinger, he played for us, the Red Wings. There's his minor league card. Joe Mullen, he's a pretty good player. Bob Rouse. Alan Kerr. Sorry if I don't do well in these videos of narrating, because I never was much for talking to a bunch of people at once. I'm more of a one-on-one kind of guy. The only reason I'm talking this good is because nobody's actually physically here. If you guys were physically here watching, I'd be like quiet. I wouldn't be able to talk as clearly even as I am now. Which even now, I know I'm messing up a little bit. But what can you do? I'm trying to overcome my fears with the love of the game, love of sports, and a love of cards. Sean Bird, he's a Red Wing. He was okay. Yari Curry, great player for the Oilers. Those Wayne Gretzky Oilers. It's another cool card. Wayne Gretzky and Paul Coffey. Paul Coffey was another Red Wing that, well, he was on the Oilers first, but he was also on the Red Wings, and he was on Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't know of any other teams, but I believe he retired with us. I believe those were the only three teams he was on. I could be wrong, but who knows? Randy McKay, I don't even remember him. He was before the championship years and the playoff years. So, and he wasn't around here long. And these cards are in really good condition, guys. He didn't send me no cards that were tore up or anything. And just to let you guys know, I didn't ask for these. I guess he saw a video of mine and me mentioning that I liked hockey and collect hockey cards, and he said he wanted to give them to somebody that would appreciate them. And I offered something back, and he hasn't said he wanted anything in return. So, in fact, I believe he declined. So, I mean, how unselfish is that? To give something and not expect anything in return. You know, that not a lot of people are like that. And I do appreciate it. To be honest with you, cards are my life. Well, I mean, besides my loved ones, of course. Obviously love my family more than anything, but I'm talking about material things wise. I really don't collect much of anything else. I do collect, that's a sticker actually. I do collect Walking Dead stuff, as you guys might have seen in an earlier video, or not. I also collect movies, but I watch them too, so it's not, wouldn't so much as calling them collecting as watching, but I like to get them when I see one that I'm curious about, or one that I know I've watched and like. I have a couple hundred, not insane amount, and I try to get CDs. And I have a PlayStation 3 that when I see a game for that, I try to get it. Haven't got into the newer systems like PlayStation 4 and that, but they're just too much. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't even have a number 3 except it was a wedding present. So Otherwise, I'd probably still just have a PlayStation 2. You know, with the cost of everything else and me spending so much of my extra money on cards, it's can't afford everything. I mean, even Bill Gates would run out of money at some point. I mean, it would take him a long time. He'd probably be able to get a lot of stuff, but he wouldn't be able to get everything in this world. Maybe everything he wanted, but like I said, with cards, it's hard. It would be hard to get them all. I don't know if you guys know about him. He's Vladimir Konstantinov. He was on our first Stanley Cup team, and he was celebrating a couple days after, and he was in the limo with a guy who wasn't supposed to be driving. I think his license was suspended or something, and I think he was drinking. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact he wasn't supposed to be driving, they said, and he was messed up really bad. They thought he was going to die at some point, and he didn't. He pulled out of it, but he was never the same again. Too bad. He was a really good player for us, and I mean, it's sad for just anybody to go through that in general, of course. Especially when you're just out trying to celebrate and you're trying to do the responsible thing. Take a limo, not drive, and then you get into an accident anyway. I think he sued that company, or his family sued him or something. But yeah, it's sad. Ray Shepard, that was another Red Wing, former Red Wing. Duchesne, he was a Red Wing for a while. Adam Graves, he was a Red Wing for a while. Yeah, back before they had the salary cap in hockey, for a little while there, the Red Wings were the Yankees of hockey. Everybody wanted to come here, and we'd pay more than anybody else. And no one really could compete with us. We got most. Shanahan, he was with us too. Vernon, he was with us for a while, won us a Stanley Cup. Yeah, for that while, everybody wanted to come here. Well, I won't say everybody, but a lot. A lot of people. Brett Hull, he was a Red Wing too. Those were the teams. Red Wings and the Avalanche. And for those of you who don't know and like hockey fights, they have the Wings and Avalanche have one of the best fights in, hold on a second guys, one of the best fights in hockey history. Claude Lemieux came from behind, and now this is the only baseball in that one, but it's a good one. Frank Thomas Dugout Dirt Stadium Club. I think it's 94. Yep, 94 Stadium Club. I love these cards. Yeah, he hit him from behind into the boards, and I think broke his nose. And yeah, let's just say all heck broke loose. McCarty went after him later. The goalies were fighting. Everybody was fighting. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. one of the coolest things I've ever seen in hockey. I won't say the coolest, because the coolest was winning. And, you know, watching all the great Detroit teams of the mid to late 90s and early 2000s. I mean, we had, look at all these Lemieux. I'm going to show you all these Lemieux and Jagrs, because Jagr is my favorite player, and I like Lemieux a lot too. I like Penguins were my second favorite team in that time period. But yeah, the fight in that game was awesome. But we had some good players. Yzerman, Fedorov, Shanahan, Hasek was here for a while. Curtis Joseph, Paul Coffey, Chris Chelios, Hull, Matt Schneider, Konstantinov was an awesome defenseman. There's more I can't think of right now. McCarty, my dad's favorite player is Chris Draper. And he met him at a charity event, and my favorite Red Wing is McCarty. I just feel bad. Like, the reason why he's my favorite is he's just a real guy. You know, he says it how it is. And, I mean, he had some alcohol issues, but to my knowledge, he's doing better. And he went bankrupt and stuff and all that, but he's doing good now, so, which is always good. I'm just going to finish up this container, and then I'm going to end this video. It's going on 30 minutes here. So, but you guys get the gist. There's a few other hockey cards, but a lot of them are Lindros, Lemieux, Jagr, and a few stars sprinkled in. Most from the early to mid 90s, but all cool. Like, I love these Jagrs, and I love those Lemieux. I love all of them, really, but Jagr has a special place in my heart. I don't know why. I like him so much. I like his game. I like the speed game. And he seemed humble to me. Like Fedorov, when he was on our team, he seemed like kind of a punk a little bit. A lot of people in Detroit didn't like him. I mean, a lot of them did, though. And he definitely had the talent. I will give him that. And he was dating Anna Kournikova, but she was quite a bit younger than him when he was dating her. I want to say like 10 years or something. Maybe even more. But hey, whatever. None of my business. She was an adult, so barely, but I think she was an adult. Let God judge, that's what I say. Well, that's it for this video, guys. He did give me 3 rack packs. He gave me an 89 rack pack, an 86, and an 87 also. And then he gave me, like I said, that container and this container. And so he really hooked me up. And I really appreciate it, especially since I didn't ask him to. I didn't offer to trade him anything, although I did afterwards, and he declined. So, I mean, generosity like this is really appreciated and is rare, and I thank him a lot, and I definitely think he deserves more subs than what he has. So if all of you are subbed to him already that watch this video, please pass it on to others to get him subs, to get him up here, because he is a quality guy and his videos are quality. So thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, you guys be good to each other and be safe out there and have a good day tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.